Everyone, and welcome to another episode of Retro Gaming Corner. Today we'll be reviewing, well actually not reviewing, we'll be doing a games pickup video. It was my birthday recently, a few days ago, and I went to a lovely retro gaming store in Westport, Connecticut to pick up a few things. So let's get on with it and show you what I've picked up. First off, I've been wanting one of these for a long time. I picked up a Nintendo original Game Boy. As you can see, it's in pretty good condition. It's a little bit dirty, but I'll be able to clean that up a little bit. But other than that, the screen isn't scratched. No nicks, dings. It works excellent. Again, Nintendo Game Boy, it was fairly inexpensive, so I got one of those. And it did come with the Tetris game. It had $5.95 on it, but the guy threw it in because it was my birthday. This retro gaming store is pretty awesome. It opened up about a year ago in Westport, so every once in a while I'll check it out. But that's the Game Boy with Tetris. Move that over here. The next thing, again, I got multiple system stuff. My loving wife, for my birthday, bought me the Holy Grail of Vectrex cartridges, in my opinion. The Vectrex Multi-Cart, which has every Vectrex game ever made, and some prototypes, and some homebrew games on it. Unbelievable. I've been looking for this for a long time. They're hard to find now. I don't even think they're in production anymore. You may come across them every once in a while on eBay, but kudos to the wife for this. Again, it's a Vectrex Multi-Cart. Every game ever made. I'll be doing a pickup. I'll be doing a Vectrex video on that down the road to show you everything and how it works. But again, that's the Vectrex Multi-Cart. Really cool. Let's put that over there. Next up is I'm trying to complete my Atari 5200 collection, and I picked up a few games. The first, which is a very difficult game to find if you can come across it, I grabbed a copy of Zaxxon for the Atari 5200. Again, this was not available at the Retro Gaming Store. I paid a little more than I wanted to, but I've been looking for this one for years and years, and I just could not come across it at a reasonable price. This is obviously without the box. It's just the cartridge, but it's in mint condition. And it did come with the instruction booklet, which is this right here. Again, I found this on eBay as a fluke. They did have another one with a box, but it was way too much money for me that I wanted to spend. But there you have it. That is Zaxxon, which is a pretty good game for the Atari 5200. So there we go. There's that. The next 5200 game that I've been meaning to get to complete my collection was Pengo, which was a really fun arcade game. Kind of like a puzzler type action game, smashing blocks and everything. I do like this. This version, I don't know how it got reviewed, so I'll have to check it out. But again, this is one that I picked up. Pretty cheap. I believe it was $4.95. And that is Pengo. Okay, the next 5200 cartridge I received, well, I picked up, is Moon Patrol for the Atari 5200. And as you can see, pretty good shape. Label's in good shape. I believe that was also $4.95. Again, I think this completes my Atari 5200 collection here. Moon Patrol, Pengo, and Zaxxon. And again, there's my Vectrex Multi-Cart and Tetris with my original Game Boy. So I'm pretty stoked. Okay, the next on my list, again, these are multiple platforms, is I picked up two Atari 2600 games. The first being Summer Games for the Atari 2600. Retro Games Plus, that's the name of the store. This was one on my list I've been meaning to pick up to complete my 2600 collection. I only have a few more to go, but obviously the $1,000 games I will not be adding to my collection. But again, that's Summer Games, which got a pretty good rating and is a pretty good game for the Atari 2600. So, the next 2600 game to complete my collection was Pole Position in the box. It's a little torn up on top. Might be able to fix that a little bit. But for the price, it was only a couple dollars, so I couldn't resist. And again, that's Pole Position, and it is complete with the instruction manual and cartridge. Pole Position for the Atari 2600. And as you can hear, my little baby boy Connor is crying in the background. Mom is attending to his needs for the time being. Okay, moving on to the next platform. I picked up a couple of Sega Master System games. The first one being Lord of the Sword. Okay, this is, the box is in mint condition, as you can see. No idea about this game. I just picked it up on the whim because I have not seen this one around. But it looks like it's a cool RPG type of game. Again, that's a role-playing game called Lord of the Sword for the Sega Master System. And it does not come with an instruction booklet. But obviously the cartridge. So that is Lord of the Sword for Sega Master System. Okay, next one up is Monopoly. Me and my wife love Monopoly, and again, it was a decent price. It's for the Sega Master System. It's a Mega Plus cartridge. The box is in good shape, as you can see. Alright, and it does come with the instruction booklet, a poster, and the cartridge. So not bad for $4.95. So those are my two Sega Master games, Atari 2600 games, my 5200 games, Vectrex Multicar, and Game Boy Nintendo. Okay, the next two things I picked up, again, trying to complete my collections, two NES games. First one being Million Secret Castle. Excuse me if I'm mispronouncing that. That was only a couple bucks. Again, pretty good shape. Label. Not bad game. That is for the NES. The next one I picked up, I've been meaning to pick up. Not an uncommon game to find, it just didn't get around to it, is Willow by Capcom for the NES. A little bit of leftover label on the back, but I can clean that up. So again, that's Willow, and that was very inexpensive. And then the final pickups were some Genesis games. The first one being Sonic Spinball for the Sega Genesis. Box is in mint condition. This is complete with instructions and cartridge, and it is one of my wife's favorite games, so that's why I picked it up. There's the instruction booklet and the cartridge. So that is Sonic Spinball. The next one up I got is Virtua Racing for the Sega Genesis. $4.95. This one is, I believe, a super, it has the SVP chip in the cartridge. It's a 16 meg game. Not a bad game. I liked this when it came out. Again, it was very inexpensive. And I do like this. One thing that's interesting in this is the cartridge. This is complete. The cartridge is very funky looking. Big old thing here. Totally different from a average Sega cartridge. So that's interesting. So that is the Virtua Racing game for the Sega Genesis. Okay. And Sonic Spinball. Next one up, being a Star Trek fan, I picked up the Next Generation, Echoes from the Past. I believe this got a horrible review on a couple of gaming sites. Again, I just couldn't resist being a Star Trek fan. This is the Next Generation game. I don't know. I may like it. We'll see. It looks interesting. Space the Final Frontier. Blah, blah, blah. Again, cartridge, complete, instruction manual cartridge. See if I can open that with one hand. Yep. There's the cartridge, the manual. So that is complete. Okay. So there's that. And then the final one I picked up was Young Indiana Jones, Instruments of Chaos. Sega Genesis. Looks like a pretty interesting action-adventure game. Have to check it out. I'll do game reviews of these down the road. Again, I believe this one is complete. Yes, it is. Instruction manual. Cartridge. Again, that's Indiana Jones. Young Indiana Jones. So, there you have it. Just a few things I got for my birthday I picked up. And my wife bought me. Again, there's the Sega Genesis game. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. And there's 4. And then the 2 NES games. 5200 games. My awesome multi-cart. Tetris. The original Game Boy. And 2600. And my 2 Sega Master games. Okay, folks. Until next week, thanks for watching Retro Gaming Corner. Until the next pickup video or review, thanks for watching.